Hey everybody, it's your boy Ferris, coming at you with a shorter episode this time, showing off a relatively small build that I did that was a wind farm. Found a nice spot for it right at the top of one of the mountain ranges that kind of goes right down the center of the main island, and was done not only for aesthetics and because I think wind farms are kind of cool, but also because I needed it to solve some of the power issues I'm having through the city. So instead of building nuclear power plants or anything like that, which I've seen a lot of other YouTubers do, I want to try something a little different. I've seen a lot of solar, seen a bunch of other farms. I haven't seen a lot of wind power projects and wind farms, so I figured let's give it a shot. So I plopped down a whole mess of those windmills, and now I'm kind of figuring out the foliage I want to go in between them to kind of fill this area out and make it look a little less bare and a little more, real. To me, something like this at the top of a mountain would probably have lots of growth in between these areas. Now, I didn't have anything in real life to model this after, which is why I'm jumping right into a time lapse instead of doing my usual thing, which is to take you through Google Earth or something and show you a real project that I'm basing this off of. I've never seen a project like this. There's a lot of wind farms on mountain ranges here in Maine, not anywhere close to where I live, but a lot further north and some parts west of the state. I did take a quick peek at some of that on Google Earth, but didn't really find anything that directly inspired this build, but I just got some general ideas on what they look like. I also looked at one of the biggest wind farms in the country, which is out in Riverside County, California, I believe, if I remember correctly, just to take a look at what a massive wind farm like that would actually look like. So all of that was really helpful for me in figuring out exactly what this build would look like when it was said and done. After spending a good amount of time worrying about the actual windmills themselves and the mountaintop, I started to look at how in the world you could actually make this feel realistic, because every project that I had a chance to see, there's actually a way to get to the remote locations where these wind farms happen to be, whether it's on the top of a mountain or out in a desert. And usually it's just for maintenance. There's not a lot of highways. And here in Maine, especially where a lot of these are done on mountaintops and mountain ranges, they use these switchback trails, which go back and forth with sharp curves to minimize the steepness of the road so that trucks can get up there and stuff like that, even in bad weather. So I made a little switchback road and brought down the power lines, because there's always tons of power lines around these power projects, these wind farms, as you can imagine. And then the other thing that we always see near them is facilities. So there's maintenance facilities. There's a transformer station, which is kind of what I'm dropping here. I'm picturing these as kind of like the transformer areas, and I'm not really well versed on exactly how electricity gets transferred. I just know what I've seen, and I'm trying to model it as best I can, and also utilizing the assets that are out there. I figured that they would also need to have some area where they would keep work machinery, not only to fix if anything went wrong with the actual windmills themselves up the mountain, but also throughout the grid. If this was going to be the base for the electric company on San Rafael Island, I wanted it to look like they were prepared here to deal with all contingencies of what could go wrong. So I wanted to create this little work area, similar to the one that I did over in the water reclamation plant area. And I wanted to have a lot of machinery here to make it look very industrial. And I think you'll see later on that I did a lot of work off camera to try to make this feel more realistic. I downloaded a ton more props of industrial machines, front end loaders, and all kinds of other bulldozers, steam rolling, all kinds of other stuff. And here it looks like I'm looking at some pictures of the actual facility in California to take a look at their facility like this, because they had a little work area to kind of get some ideas. So that's what I'm trying to build. I'm trying to recreate something like that, some kind of station, home base for a lot of the blue collar work that would have to go on and have to be conducted by this power company. Lastly, I go ahead and plop a office building over here, which I figure is going to be the corporate headquarters and main office area for the power company, and I do a parking lot across the street from that because all the people who are going to work in that office building are certainly going to need some place to park. So I figured that was the easiest, most convenient way to do it. As I mentioned before, I do not have a live mode for you guys, so we're going to jump right into some cinematics, which I hope that you will enjoy. This was a fun build, pretty quick, but I really did enjoy it. I also enjoy having you guys out there checking in on me, watching my videos, sending me comments, sending me encouragement. Thank you all so much. I look forward to this. I really do. I wish I had more time so I could put out more content more regularly. But there will be more Cinderella Island on the way. But until then, thank you again. Y'all be good to each other. And I will see you guys in the next time around. Take care.